If you go to your National Geographic, you read about the Maasai people. They jump up and down. I love the Maasai people. So this guy here we're down among the Maasai people, and he's got a story booklet there. And we were there to be able to share the gospel with people. And so it was an exciting time. We were there for almost 2 weeks in February. We'll go to the next slide here. Now, one of the churches that we've helped rebuild there, and this is on our property down, I mean, some of the buildings that we built down there, and these people need to be trained. Pastor Solomon's wonderful, but you'll see in the next slide here that we just did a kind of a training with them. This was the very first time they really were ever able to have the Lord's Supper. There in that Baptist church there among the Maasai people. An exciting time. I think there's one more picture of them that's there. Maybe not. The next slide. Okay, now, you see here, this is the Spreadtruth complex. There's our church there. That building there behind it is the rescue center for girls, and this is where the medical camp took place. Over 3,000 people came to the medical camp, and standing between Jeannie and myself is Dr. Khan. Now, Dr. Khan is a Muslim surgeon, famous, renowned. He joined in 30 other Christian medical people to come down there and perform all these different surgeries for us. And here's what he said to Jeannie and I. Now, this guy has a major practice in Nairobi, but on his weekends, he gives it time after time to go into remote regions of Africa to do all different types of surgery, places where no one would really ever want to go. And he looked at Jeannie and I, and he said this. He says, I believe I was born for Africa. And Jeannie looked at me and said, maybe we should be thinking that we are born for the kingdom. Why is he so disciplined? Why does he sacrifice his time? Why does he sacrifice his money? Because he believes in his mission. He was born for Africa. Well, folks, we've been born for the kingdom, and that should drive us. Next picture. Now, Eric didn't like seeing this one here. If you want to see the close-up of this, you see this guy here. You wouldn't believe his hand. It was just mammoth. And you see then Dr. Khan there. We did all different types of surgeries on tumors when we were there. We had dentists that were there, breast cancer screening. I mean, we were pulling teeth right and left. It was wild. We had a wonderful time. People came to know Jesus. And so thank you for your support. The medical camp was a wonderful success. Next picture. Now, I'm in the State House or the White House of Kenya. This is the president's wife, Rachel Ruto. She's a strong believer. So we met, we introduced to her, you see that booklet here, is this here, our FGM, or female circumcision, the curriculum to work with these girls through this. She says she wants this, it's been certified by the government. She says she wants it in Kenya, and she wants it all around Africa. That's the president's wife there. On Wednesdays, she has her devotions and time with her staff about spiritual things, and they say sometimes she'll be there 7 hours. So when our president's wife came over there, which was there the same time we were, she was able to meet with her, bring her into the State House. You never know what God is doing. And so we had a wonderful time. God has blessed us. We can go into any public school. This curriculum can go into, and it's just gospel saturated is what it is. And so we're really excited. And so we were able to meet with Rachel Ruto there. Next slide. Now, as I speak, just a couple of days ago, we finished an FGM curriculum. It's kind of a sensitive type of subject, horrific practice that goes on in Kenya, in all of Africa. In fact, in Somalia, 95% or maybe 98% of women are cut. Done at 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. It's the initiation to make you marriageable. It's got to stop. And so we've developed this curriculum, and so we went up to Samburu with all these girls, and you see now we're taking them through the gospel with the story booklet, but then we're taking them through the FGM curriculum. So the next slide. So you see then the story booklet, and underneath it is the FGM curriculum. So thank you for providing this. We think a way not only to reach the girls of Kenya, but the girls of Africa with the gospel. If you want to take a look at the curriculum, you can take a look at it. It's wonderful, written by a professor here in the United States. God has been good. So you'll see some other slides here. This just happened this past week. 19 girls received Christ as their Savior during this week here. And so they see this one of the Samburu girls right here. The next slide here. There they are. They're holding up their curriculum. And there, this is it right here. This is their graduation day, having gone through the FGM curriculum. And so we've been really excited about that. Now, I'd love for you to come. We'll be going back in February. I got to get Eric over there. Pastoral training. You'd be a wild man. They'd love you to death over there. I'm telling you. They hear that southern accent. They're like, man, where's that guy? We'll have all the pastors we want to be able to train. We've delivered 800 tons of food in the last 5 years. We deliver food. We do sports camps. We do pastoral training. We build churches. God's done exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask or think. So I want to close. So remember, 8 people out for New York. The new online curriculum to train pastors, for everybody here in the States, but to train pastors in Kenya. And just a little brief report here on what has happened in Kenya for when we went over there for 2 weeks. So you'll see a lot of different things. And at the end, you'll see that the crazy thing about it is, as we are down in Kajerdo, where all the medical camp was and our Spreadtruth facilities and things like that, you talking about a tough drought. Oh my goodness. Pastor Solomon, their wealth is their cows. He had 106 cows, and all 106 of them died because of the drought. Lost it all. So while we're there trying to minister to people with food, medical things in Kajerdo, Jill Biden is coming down the road, and we're at the hotel just getting ready to go to church. Now, she's already met with Rachel Ruto, who's a strong believer. They pull in there, and the Secret Service says to Jill, you mind taking a picture with those people? I said, you know what? I talked to her, and I said, listen, we've just been with Rachel Ruto about our FGM curriculum. She said, well, what's the name of your organization? I said, it's Spreadtruth. Well, she says, well, where are you from? I said, Normal, Bloomington, Illinois. Nobody's probably ever heard of that at all. You never know what God's up to. You never know. So you'll see one of the pictures that in. So you'll see what happened in 2 weeks because of your investment in the kingdom.
From the 18th to the 26th of February, we held the Spreadtruth Mission Week 2023, and here are the highlights. Throughout the mission, the gospel reached 8,535. We recorded 137 salvations. 3,300 story booklets got shared. 24 tons of food distributed, recording 3,433 food beneficiaries. 15 pastors got trained, and 4,515 accessed free medical services. The mission week kicked off with an action-packed sports outreach through a mega basketball tournament. For the men's team, Spreadtruth Tigers emerged winners, and under the women's category, Money Team took it home. As part of the school outreaches, we visited Gathirimu Girls High School, Havila Children's Home, Olteyani Primary School, and AIC Girls Kajiado. Under the pastors' training, 15 pastors got trained on hermeneutics. A mega food drive took place at Kivingoni, Machakos County, where we distributed food to over 1,000 families. We met with ex-cutters at Ilaramata Community Concern Center for the Anti-FGM Initiative program. They now have a powerful mantra: cut the garment, not the girl. As the mission was ongoing, it was an honor to be hosted by the Office of the First Lady Kenya, Her Excellency Mama Rachel Ruto, to discuss areas of collaboration. We had the privilege of sharing a copy of our FGM Psychosocial Support Curriculum, What is a Little Girl Worth? The free medical camp at AET in Kajiado County was the culmination of the Mission Week. We held a 3-day camp, and as highlighted, 4,515 people got access to free medical services. A total of 47 people benefited from minor surgeries where they had body lumps and tumors removed. At the medical camp, nutritional support was also offered, and everyone that got treated went home with foods. As we exited Kajiado, we held a church service at the Olosaruni Baptist Church for Thanksgiving, where we got to distribute Maasai Bibles. As our mission week came to an end, the team was privileged to meet the U.S. First Lady, Her Excellency Jill Biden, and what an honor and an immense blessing this was.
One of the highlights, it said that, I don't know if you caught it, we met with the cutters. These are women who made their living by going in and cutting young girls. And they're able now to see what they were doing was wrong, and now to bring them out of it, because it was the only way to have income. And so now we've got Agnes, who's a wonderful lady. We have this system whereby they're making clothes, and the organization's theme is cut the garment, not the girl. So that's what you saw there. And they're making all types of clothing and bracelets, and so we're looking maybe they're going to make dog leashes for us. We're thinking of them getting some of the most beautiful things like that, and we're able to sell them here for not very much, but so that they can, be able to make a living that's there. So God's been good, and really it's because of your faithfulness. And so when you get to heaven, it's just not going to be like, hey, Spreadtruth people there because they did this. No, it's you. You folks will be honored because you gave. And you couldn't maybe go to Kenya, but you gave so someone else could. So, in review, New York, so great they named it twice. We want you to come. Second of all, our new curriculum, engaging the public square with a better story. And then last of all, the mission in Kenya continues to go on. And so thank you for your good attention, coming out on a Sunday evening and being with us. And I hope to see you again in July, some of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I want to say thank you to Brother Jerry and Ms. Jenny for coming tonight and sharing their heart. They always do such an excellent job in how they communicate what's going on and what's happening. And I know Spreadtruth is just one of the extensions, the outreaches of the gospel that we have to get into places that we normally would not be able to go or get into. And so we are certainly thankful that God has allowed our paths to cross, and we'll continue down these avenues and roads together for all that God's doing. I hope all hearts and minds